Do you have any advice for actors how to be interested in front of camera, how to act in a unique, natural way?
Well, principally they have to believe in what they're doing, because the one thing about acting is you have to be truthful. What you're doing, you have to mean. And if you don't, the camera will find that out very quickly, because it's, you know, false acting is something you can actually see if you're clever. Now, some people can be taken in, but anyone who knows anything at all about acting, even basic, working with amateurs and things, you can learn an awful lot. So I would say that the thing is, in fact, be absolutely truthful, and if you're a good actor and you believe in what you're doing, it'll work.
What is your approach towards actors during directing? How do you work with them?
Well, the thing is that if you cast properly, very often you haven't got to do very much at all. If you get the right actor in the right part, they're happy. And some cases you don't really have to do anything. I mean, years ago I did a version of the Christmas Carol, and the principal actor, who's dead now, but he was very well known, and he said to me one day, he said, Moira, I don't actually believe in this character, Scrooge. And I said, oh, well, I don't either. I said, but let's try and make him believable. But he really was quite sort of desperate, and we sort of sat down and we just had a long talk about it, and I would never dream of telling him how to act, you know. But if they have problems about the character and about, you know, the way they react in terms of the character, that's when one tries to help. But you would never dream of trying to teach them how to act. I mean, in any case, I wouldn't have the temerity to do that. Sometimes, I remember another occasion, an actor, in fact, who was quite well known at the time. He went to America, and I never heard of him since after that. But I was doing a play which was an adaptation of a novel by a writer called Piers Paul Reed, and it was for the Wednesday play, which was a very prestigious slot in television in those days. And there was a long scene round a dining table. It was about sort of 5 or 6 people. And it was quite a long, involved argument, and it was quite difficult to... I mean, we rehearsed it because we were doing it in the studio in those days, and therefore you had 8 or 10 days rehearsal, which was wonderful. And at one time I stopped and I said, Colin, this isn't working. And he got really quite so upset. So what do you mean it's not working? And I said, I don't believe it, you know, which is in fact like all one can say. There was a sort of falsity that was going on, and people were in fact reacting automatically to things without feeling or trying to give the impression of having heard it for the first time, which is always a trick, you know. If you can turn up and take 27 with basically the same head turns and things like that you need for editing, but the way you do it is as though it's just come into your head. That's the trick. It's difficult to do. It requires intense concentration.